I think there's some sort of glitch. I can't get the music down. Why is the music so loud? There I am. Hello there. G'day there. Great to be back for another show today. We've got a good one in store, my friends. I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. We are talking really quite a rarity on this channel. We are not talking about Star Wars. If that has ever happened before. I think one time in the early days of the channel, I did a stream where I played COD. I think that was the only other stream where I haven't discussed Star Wars. I'm sure it's going to be thrown in and out of the discussion today. But this is going to be a super fun one. We're going to be obviously talking about the two massive superhero movies that have come out over the American summer, but here it's winter. And we're going to be discussing that and my thoughts on the movies, because I saw the movies a bunch of, I saw Superman 3 times and I saw the Fantastic Four only once so far. I'm thinking if there's like a good deal, if there's a good sale on, I'll go see it one more time maybe, so I can see Fantastic Four just one more time. What's with the lighting today? Am I too bright or something? Why is this so bright? Let's warm it up like that. That's better. That's better. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about these movies today because, again, like I said, it's a rarity not to talk about Star Wars, so it's really interesting to like talk movies but it not be Star Wars, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. And before we get into any thoughts and feelings about these movies, of course, both of these are going to be spoiler full. And I know Fantastic Four has only been out for a few days, but I want to get into the nitty gritty. So if you do wish to keep surprises or whatever, spoiler free, maybe go watch the movies and then come back and watch the stream. But we are going to be talking about all the spoilers and everything that happens in each movie. So proceed in your own right. Live chat. I figured out how to put it back on the screen. I forgot how to do that for so long. It's back on the screen. There we go. There we go. Who's here? Who the hell is here? Let's talk about it. Let's go. DB is here nice and early, even though I was late. Kenneth coming in, already saying how much he loved Superman. Love it. Zibiot is here, but he hasn't seen the movies. You haven't seen either movies. That's okay. You can just be here for the vibes, I guess. Hey, Rossi, how you doing? Trent in the house. Rossi already given thoughts as well. Superman 7 out of 10. Fantastic Four 8 out of 10. Now, this is going to be interesting because what I've been seeing, all of this I'm on slightly different terms, and I think that's why I was really intrigued to do a discussion about this, because I'll need to put a banner on this on the screen because people will forget this the whole time. But my God, do I know nothing about superhero movies. The other superhero movies I've seen, Iron Man, like Iron Man 1. I've seen X-Men. I've seen X-Men Days of Future Past. And I've seen Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, and all the Deadpool movies. That's the superhero movies I've seen. That's my context of superheroes. I don't know anything outside of those movies. So it's going to be an interesting one. Going to be very, very interesting. Lachlan in the house. Corey is here. Jumbo Slice, good morning. I know I just brewed a fresh cup of joe for this chat. It's going to be a good one. I'm ready. I am ready. Gotcha. Good. Yeah, I gotcha. Because we're going to be talking about Superman first. And then I won't mention anything about Fantastic Four before then. And then we're going to have a Fantastic Four discussion. So I'll make it clear so you can at least stay for the Superman portion. Because I was like, if there's going to be any movie, like a lot of anyone who's wanted to see Superman would have seen it by now. So, because I know I'm still early on the Fantastic Four front. But yeah, so good. But I'll let you know, JS. Rossi starting off the good times with a 99 sticker coming in. I can't say dollar. Well, it's a $1 do essentially. Absolutely love it. This really is the show. Tune into the morning over sunrise. Good. You get it. Screw sunrise. Screw Koshi. Oh well, Koshi's not there anymore. Who does sunrise now? Screw sunrise. Screw today. Tune into the RaeSide. You get it. No, I've seen zilch other Supermans, which is, again, interesting. Like, I want people to school me here in a way, because I'm like, I don't know anything. I've seen Superman in nothing else ever. I know Tom Welling was a Superman at some point. That's all I know. That's all I know. Caleb, oh, you're going to be our like oracle of knowledge in the stream today. I'm pretty sure ILM is credited for both films, which is owned by Lucasfilm, which makes this stream Star Wars adjacent. That's so true. I can become like a ILM / Lucasfilm brand. I love it. So good. It's so good to see you in here. Oh, sharing that little bromance between Rossi and Sag. I love it. Could love it. Which related coming in an out of 10 for both. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. That's what I'm announcing. That's what this show's about, actually. That's what I'm announcing tonight. Yeah. So good. So good. I got invited to Fantastic Four First Steps. Oh, did you? Oh, wait. No. I feel like I saw you there. Were you in cosplay? I feel like I remember talking to you about this at the Revenge of the Sith screening, that you were talking about it. Or you just talking about making you cosplay? Because that was at the entertainment quarter. Were you in cosplay? I think I remember seeing you. I think I saw you there, bro. Were you like on stage or something at some point? I feel like I saw you there. Anyway. Yeah, Smallville. Is that what it's called? There you go. Is that the shows with Tom Welling? Yeah, anyway. Let's talk about the shows. Let's talk about the movies, goddamn. Let's get the chill music up. Let's get chatting. Like I said, we're gonna start talking about Superman first. If you've had time to see it, it's been like out for like 3 weeks now or something, 3.5 weeks. This is spoiler full for Superman. Please try not to spoil Fantastic Four yet, because there might be some others. The movie only came out like 3 days ago, so there's some people in here who haven't seen it that don't want to be spoiled. So we'll stick to Superman right here, right now, for the next like maybe 20 minutes. We'll talk about Superman as a whole, because again, should I make another little freaking banner for the screen being like, I don't know jack shit about Superman? Like, that's me coming in. I went, why did I go to Superman in the first place? I love the movies. I love going to the movies. I love the event of it. I kind of love that it's like costs like a half a deposit of a house to go. It's hilarious. I had to like save up for like 2 weeks to buy bloody popcorn. No, but seriously, the experience of a movie theater experience is so fun. And Superman, I was like, okay, just like generic action. I'll watch it. That's fine. I'll absorb it. Ended up having a freaking good time. Ended up like crying at some points. And then went back another 2 times to see that same movie. So clearly I had some sort of a connection to it. I had some sort of an emotional reaction to it and quite very much enjoyed it. I try to, for this discussionary purposes, I did make notes. I feel like you guys respond better when I have notes to my thoughts. And also I remember everything then. But so again, this is going to be so interesting. I don't know the lore. I don't know the interworkings of every character and what kind of coming into this. It's taken me forever to wrap my head around the Justice Gang thing with the Green Lantern. I thought Green Lantern was like Ryan Reynolds. I'm so confused, but we'll get there. So as I start to talk about my thoughts of Superman and my kind of love and kind of enjoyment of this movie, put in the chat right now your spoiler full review of just Superman, not Fantastic, just Superman. I know. I literally cried everything. It's surprising. Like I try and be like this big, I'm this funny, I never have emotion, I'm cool. I cried everything. I cried TikToks. Fucking like, there's like a sad little TikTok on like, I don't know, someone like donating to a dog shelter. I'm like sitting there bawling. I'm so bad. All right, so let's get into it. Kindness is the real punk rock. I know, it's a great message. I wish the camera was over here because the chat is over here. Can I move the chat, actually? But yeah, let's start with you, JS. What do you got for me? I've been on a superhero burnout for months now. And when I saw Superman, it got me out of that burnout because of how much I enjoyed it. Literally gave it a 10 out of 10 because to me, I saw no issues. We got to keep things balanced. I knew people were going to fucking love Superman. And I'm like, we need balance in here. Let's get Sag in here to be like, the hat on the guy is wrong. Tell me why you don't like it, Sag. My God. Jumbo coming in. I did feel strongly entertained by Superman, but it felt like the emotional moments could have held on a bit longer without a joke Joker coming in like Crypto beating the crap out of Lex. I didn't think of this moment on the first watch, Jumbo, but on the second, I think I saw this in a tweet somewhere with a similar concept of like, oh, they kind of broke the big moments with the joke. And then once I read that and then went and saw it again, I kind of noticed it. I was like, you know what, that is kind of intense. Like the big, hook of the movie of Superman's, I'm human. That, that's what makes me human. I'm scared, I'm, blah, 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 that's me. That is the big hook and point of the movie, essentially. And then, yeah, it is broken by the comedic timing of Crypto, which I can kind of understand that thinking of like, we've had all these comedic beats of Crypto coming in already in the action sequences, and I think they fit there, and that's kind of superhero comedy. But I kind of get it for that big hook. It was noticeable on the second and third watch. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Brian. Hey, did you work on Superman? I feel like, did you do that? Was that you? Did you make that movie? Did I really swear already? Bro, I have no recollection of even saying it. I read the Superman comics and I knew Ultraman was a clone of Superman. Ultraman is a Superman from Earth 2. Okay, yeah, gotcha. So, because that's kind of the other thing is that I'm very interested in how they write these movies and how these like storylines come about, because obviously these are comic book characters. Like, is this storyline from the movie? Is this from a comic, or is that just it's almost like a Dave Filoni-esque where they like James Gunn or whoever, they piece together things from comics? Is that how it's kind of come about? Why are you so high today? Get down here. Get down here. There we go. Well, thank you, Bailey. I'll have to check it out. I worked on 3 scenes at the volume, but I still prefer Fantastic Four. Do you? Oh, that's what I've been saying. I so prefer Superman. Okay, this is one of the points that I cried first. I was so sooky and like soppy here. I was like, bah. Now, okay, speaking of the is it what are their names? I don't know. The mum and dad of Clark. Do people have beef with them or something? Like I keep like in my Discord, they didn't do them right. Like, how do you do them incorrectly? What? They were just like parents, like random farming parents. What's wrong with them? But yeah. So Ultraman and Bizarro. Bizarro is a clone of Superman. Okay. So that's a thing that's like in the comics. Right. One thing I did, I'll start reading your fucking notes, Hannah. One thing I really like to Superman is the scoring. Not only obviously of the kind of the pop songs that they use to kind of pepper throughout the movie as that, as that went for certain comedic kind of scenes. But also just the scoring. I loved the version of the Superman theme that they used for this movie and made for this movie. I think that was a fantastic arrangement. I was like, it still holds that sort of triumphant sound and feeling. So I really loved the scoring. And the other theme I really liked was the Lex Luthor theme, or, Luthor's theme that he had, the kind of bad guy song, essentially, that came on every time with his scenes. I really loved as well. So production-wise, I like that there was very distinct sounds that, okay, now we're going back into, Luthor Corp, and we're looking at this, and we're with the villains, and now we're with Superman. Like, it's so distinct. Like, if you sat in the movie theater and shut your eyes, and there was no dialogue, you could tell what scene was happening because of the music. It was really good music. The movies are very comic accurate from the comic channels I follow. Okay, there you go. Rossi coming in with the complaint. Because again, I don't understand the complaints, because I can't critique it in this way. So I'm very open to what everyone's critiques is. The complaint is compared to the other movies that the parents were more redneck farmers than just farmers. I didn't really get it. As in this movie they were more redneck, or in other movies they were even more redneck, is what you're saying. They ruined the law of his real parents. This Superman kills and no one cares. No explanation why Superman has no suspicion of Ultraman or doesn't look under his mask. No explanation for why Superman has no suspicion of Ultraman. Like he didn't. There was no. It wasn't. Yeah. You saying like because Superman was never like, who is that? Who is Ultraman? Like that? Is that what you mean? Is that what I mean? I don't know. Actually stopping to think deeply, read into anything you're saying, too surface level. Oh, man, interesting. But maybe I'm a product of what the studios wanted, though. Maybe I am the issue. Because maybe they obviously, and this goes into a broader discussion of like the movie industry right now. Studios' big things is that they want normies to go. They want general audiences to go. They want people that have never seen things to go. So but that it causes an issue because if you absorb it to be quite level, surface level kind of storytelling, that makes sense and that draws people like me in, where I don't know shit about I've never even seen a Superman piece of media. And so I'm like, oh, I understand what's happening. Oh yeah, he's like sad. That's his parents. Oh, okay, he wants to do this. Like it was so easy for me to just like take it in because the baseline is so, neutral for me. So maybe that's the issue. And I think that's across the board of like franchise movies is the difficult thing. You have people with 50 plus years of knowledge of a franchise, and you want to balance that with someone watching your movie that doesn't know shit about the characters or anything, and having to balance that storytelling is hard. I'm bigger than that. I will say, in terms of lore, DC has a bit more room to play in terms of changing character dynamics because there are thousands of timelines and multiverse Earths, right? So DC is like the multiverse before, like the Marvel multiverse. Like they were already like doing that stuff. Is that right? Exactly. The 50 plus, I was kind of thinking Star Wars, but exactly, like comics have been around for even longer. So it's hard to like appease that and serve that and serve someone who's walking to the movie theater for the first time to this character. It's interesting. I've got a rebuttal for this, Edge. I saw a really good tweet. I was actually going to send it to you. Because I don't think that's not what it's about. Everything's flopping. The movie industry is like fucked right now. Like that's just that. What's doing well? Like one movie every 5 years, like maybe cracks $1 billion. Like it's so rare. It's across the board. Everything's bad. So it's hard to say something's doing really, really bad unless it's like not breaking even, in my opinion. But I saw like a tweet. I should have brought it up actually. Talking about the thing with Superman, the Superman movie, is that it did something very different that I think movies, and granted I haven't been so drenched in Superman movies, haven't done for a long time, which is it has brought this really big sense of sort of what's the word? Fanaticism around it, maybe. I think I made that word up, but I'll use it anyway. Where there's a talk and an energy around the movie that I think is not what you get with other movies of late. Like I don't see people talking about this Superman movie like how they talked about what's a recent Marvel thing, the Captain America that was earlier this year. I don't think they talk about the Superman movie like they talk about, I can't think of any other superhero movies that have been in the past like 5 years, like the Thunderbolts or the Marvel Teens or whatever the shows and shit you come out with. I don't see any talk and energy around the movie like the Superman movie in terms of the energy in the press and the sharing and the whole hook line of this whole punk rock and the song and the virality of it. Like I don't see any other movie doing that right now for the past few years. That's that's the interest to me, is that even though it's not making $1 billion immediately, I think it's making an impact differently of a movie than other movies have for a long time. So Lois Lane is the one who gets Justice Gang off their asses, not Superman. Is that against the law? Is that not meant to happen? Oh man, Rossi, I can't wait to talk about Fantastic Four because I have like so many more things that I'm like, this didn't make sense. What is that? What? I have so many things to pick at. Oh my god. No, it's not. It's not 100 mil to check your facts. Yeah, there you go. Richard Ladd coming in saying this is the best movie since Superman 2 in the 1980s. haven't, Nora. I haven't. I'm not a K-pop person, really. Kenneth thought David Cornsweet is amazing as Superman. Clark Kent. He was kind, gentle, grounded when he needed, but most importantly, he had heart and hope and humanity. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that the main word that comes to mind with this movie is heart. I think that's like the best way to describe it. I don't think it's like a perfectly like there's other movies that I think aren't as heartful that are like better made, perhaps. But this one has an energy and an aura about it that I think it's hard to replicate in movies these days. I don't know. There is a really funny scene, really funny, like a CGI blunder at the start of the movie. I don't know if anyone's seen this. Let me Google this. Superman. Oh, yeah. Okay, so next time you see this movie, look for this. So, and this is in the movie. Hang on, let me take the comment off the screen. This is in the movie. Hang on, why do I share this tab instead? Thank you, Reddit. Okay, so this is an actual screenshot from the movie. It's at the start of the movie, and like he's back in his man cave, and Crypto's like barking, and he's like, "Stay, Crypto, stay." And as he turns, look at his foot. Look at that right foot, and his foot goes like double the size it should be, and it's just like, what? I don't know if it's the camera lens, like, because I'm like, I don't think it is CGI, but I think it might be like. Could it be like an IMAX camera lens issue where his foot goes so far? It's such a long foot. It's so weird. It's so fun. Anyway, I thought that was super funny. I know. I love that. I want him in Star Wars so bad. I think he's so great. Yeah. It's a lens thing. Yeah, I was like, that is so funny. That looks so goofy. So goofy. Yeah, true. That is very. I would expect them to. It's like the blue jeans guy from Mando. Was that season 3 or season 2? The blue jeans guy in the back of Mando. So funny. Okay, the budget was 3. A $2 million marketing budget. Wait, am I an idiot? What? That math isn't mathin'. What? What? Oh, is that excluding wages? Is that excluding wages of the production budget and the marketing budget? Crazy. Yeah. It's funny as. But anyway, okay. What haven't we touched on though with this movie? Oh yeah. This is gonna. I mean, I have more to say to things once we go over Fantastic Four and I compare the two. I've got more things that I think this movie did better than Fantastic Four. I think it did a few things better. But then, in saying that, I think Fantastic Four did a few things better as well. But yeah, just overall, the characters in this movie I found really, just you wanted to root for them. I loved. David and Rachel's chemistry, Lois and Clark was so perfect. Like that was, I am obsessed with them as a couple. I love them so much. Mr. Terrific, I want to know more about that guy. Has that actor played Mr. Terrific before? Is that a character that's been here before? Because I love that guy. He was so great. I think he's so cool. So I really like it. I really like it. Are you going to watch the Batman animated series? Probs not. No. Probably not. I'm probably not going to get into the animated series, honestly, unless I have nothing to watch, maybe. I don't know. Mr. Live action film. There you go. Okay, cool. Because I thought his character was really fun. I thought it was just like such a great balance to the dynamic of characters we had. Like, I think the supporting cast around it, like the whole Justice Gang thing, I think just really bolstered up. Like, if I think of the movie without the whole Justice Gang concept there, it would have felt very light and in terms of like, I don't know, just character like weight. So I really love the Justice Gang being there. It's just like this sort of random B plot, throw in here. But that it was just so fun. And again, I just cried so many times in this movie. I got so emotional. Lex Luthor was sick though. Yeah, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was so good. I thought he was really plausible and solid actor. Like, well, he's a solid actor and solid character. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Do I have beef with Mr. Fantastic? Oh my god. Yes, Rossi. We agree on this. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic was so fun. Yeah. Unbelievable. The chemistry is great, but they have like 3 scenes together with Lois and Clark. Six. I can count 6. I can count 6, but I mean, but there was so much in the movie though. Like, it wasn't a romance movie. It's just that they're the couple. That's fine. That's fine. Side tangent, but if anyone wants to watch, I don't know what that stands for. I don't know what any of that means. The Justice King feels more like James Gunn's forte. I think they were just so goofy. I think I enjoy them for the goofiness. I think they were just super weird. Like Nathan Fillion and that damn ball. Like, okay. Law divers. What the hell's with that bowl cut? Is that a part of the character? Is that like a thing? Or was that just a stylistic choice of the movie? What was that about? Peacemaker. Yeah, I don't know jack shit about Peacemaker. But that was funny. It was funny being in the cinema and it was like fairly full. It was like 80, 90% full theater when I went and saw it. Actually, all times it was super full. And the Peacemaker thing got a laugh every time. Everyone's like, oh, like the Peacemaker being in there. I'm like, I only know him because it's like, okay, well, that's John Cena in a mask. But that's a show. Peacemaker was a show, right? But yeah. The bowl cuts in the comics, that's hilarious, dude. That's so good. It looks so funny. That's the haircut, right? James Gunn said, need Fillion in that haircut, no compromises. That's so funny. So funny. You can't see what do you mean? What do you mean you can't see Peacemaker? What? Your first impression of Superman, I had one nitpick. The James Gunnerisms took me out at times, but I loved it. See, okay, this is where I think I have the benefit because I don't know anything about James Gunn. I don't think I've seen it. Have I seen James Gunn before? I don't think I have. So I don't know what they are. What are point them out to me. What are the things that are particularly James Gunn that does in his films, or a Jane Gunnerism? That's a really fun word to say. In my viewing, there's no one on the TV, just a blank space. Wait, what? What? I can't tell you if you're joking. How? What do you mean? That's terrible. What? Checks out, you do like Superman more than Fantastic Four. We'll get into it. Bro. I think my issues with Fantastic is much more with the characters than the storyline. The storyline's solid, but the characters, I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Like, is he meant to be invisible? I don't know John Cena, like what he does either. Why is he invisible? What? Yeah. Is that in Fantastic Four? The invisible lady? Anyway. It was a catchy song. It was catchy. Yeah, interesting. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know jack shit about wrestling either. Did the movie do enough, specifically with Supergirl at the end, to get you seated for the next theatrical release? I believe Warner Brothers and DC are more worried about word of mouth than box office results here. Yes, which you get it. I think the word of mouth of the movie, the positivity of the movie, is going to do much more than any numbers in the box office, honestly. That's my thing. Okay, so coming as, again, only seen a couple things, don't know much about superheroes, just enjoyed the movie as it was, not knowing anything deeper. I immediately was like, oh, I can't wait to see essentially like a Superman 2. Like a movie after this. Lex is in prison and some other villains here and whatever. But then kind of being like, oh, there's like Supergirl and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not super interested in that. I kind of want to further what they have here. Make a more pointed Lois and Clark movie. I don't know, but so what's the plan? What's the plan after Superman? So people saying is it a Supergirl movie? So is it like just a movie called Supergirl? And who's Clayface? Is Clayface the guy from Fantastic Four? I'm so confused. I already don't know. Okay, yeah. Guardians, I've never seen Guardians. Well, actually, maybe I have seen Suicide Squad. Maybe, I don't remember. Oh, okay. No. James Gunn, he doesn't understand the character. What? But this was Superman, though. Like, he was my biggest note was, like, I think he was a quintessential hero. I think out of the movies, he was the best hero. Were the others heroes? Questionable. But I think he was a very good hero. If we want a super hero, that's what we got in this movie. For me. Yeah. Interesting. And I heard the Supergirl is like, she's like drunk. Well, they said this in the movie, did they not? Or like she's like drunk all the time because of her parents died, or because the planet died, so she just gets drunk now or something. I don't know. I was like, that's a weird premise, but sure. Oh. Yeah, as a superhero, bro. Like, why are you trying so hard to debunk the concept of a hero? Like, it's like you don't want other people to have a hero at this point. I am actually beyond words for his head now. My God. Someone shat your coffee today. Holy hell. What? But it's the story fundamentally you absorb is just good versus evil. Superman is super power is trying and doing better and saving people and helping people. You can get more complicated, you can get more complex, you can get more deep. For sure you can. But as a superhero, symbolically, it is good versus evil. It is overcoming what adversity you have. In the end, did he overcome adversity that he had in a super way? Yes. So yes, I absolutely can say this was Superman. Even not seeing any other Superman shit, I can absolutely claim that, because that symbolically, whether you can go deeper or not, is how Superman is what he represents for. My God, I'm angry today. Supergirl has PTSD, and Supergirl movie will be dark, and the Woman of Tomorrow comic. Okay, yes, going into comic territory. I don't know comics. So, well, 2026 movie is based on the comic Supergirl. When tomorrow she gets a some plan, get drunk, she has to get the. Essentially, she gets drunk and she just has to go to another movie. Go to another movie. Oh, jeez, too cooked for this. Go to another planet. It's insane. Guardians are top tier Marvel movies, and the style is perfect. Watch those movies and you'll understand most of the issues with Superman. Interesting. What kind of superhero film? Oh, the most what we're talking about today? The most recent one. I'm happy you have a bright and hopeful Superman. Again, Henry Cavill Superman was serious in old DCU. Yeah, maybe it'll be interesting doing a retrospective to go back and see all the different Supermans. Superman was also a Soviet dictator in the comics, so to the root of the core, if you can get to the core values right or truth, and if you can get to his core values, right or truth or hope, and helping the little guy Superman is achieved. Yeah, true. It's very true. Interesting. Well, we've gone on enough about Superman. I want to now change gears to Fantastic Four because that is where I'm very interested to get schooled on like what's what, because I think a lot of my thoughts with Fantastic is with I don't know. It's not really I have issues. It's not like I didn't like the movie. I really like the movie. I would give it like a 7. Like maybe like a 7 and like maximum 7. But Superman I would give probably an 8.5, I would say, for Superman. But this will be your spoiler warning. Almost went American there. Spoiler warning for Fantastic Four. Hang on, I could write spoiler full. Okay, so we're going to jump into everything Fantastic Four. It's only been out for a few days, so if you don't want to be spoiled, bow out now and maybe go watch the movie and come back and watch the rest of this, of our thoughts. But Rusty, you better still be here because I want to get schooled on this. I'm ready. Because hilariously, I accidentally saw this in 3D, which was kind of annoying. I don't love 3D movies. I don't know how I booked that. I don't know how I did that. I thought both movies were really solid. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think I would probably give Superman an 8.5, and I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. Overall, cool aesthetic. I think it was a very, again, well-made movie. I think the look of everything looks good. All the CGI and special effects and everything was really good. I really enjoyed how well done it was. And there was, quite a long space sequence. And that was solid. That was like I didn't really pick up anything that looked janky in there. I really enjoyed kind of seeing that. Yeah, it was crazy. It was funny. Indiana thinking F4 might have been slightly better. So, okay. So, yeah, I don't know what my issue is with Fantastic. I actually think it's got to do with the characters. I think there's something very stiff for me about the characters. People saying they're really well-rounded arcs. I didn't find, I think the flame guy, I don't know his name, is Johnny? Is that his name? Johnny? Maybe, I don't know. The flame guy, Johnny, let's go with that. His character, like, arc and, like, story, so good. I thought that was the best out of all 4 of them. I thought his character was the best acted, best written, just best presented. I think he had a really full character journey for me. I really liked, well, thank you. Yes. I really liked the flame guy's story. I think that was very well done. Is it Ben? Is the Ben his name? The rock guy? The big rock guy, Ben. I get that he was kind of sidelined in a way because it's like, having 4 lead characters, it's hard to have like 4 big story arcs. But the main thing that irked me about this movie is what on earth was with the 2 scenes of this character, the 2 scenes of him talking to Natasha Lyonne being like, hey, I want to buy you cookies. And then like the world's going to end. And then he's just like, I thought I'd come and see you. Like that, what? I get it. And I love Natasha Lyonne and I wish she was in it more, but it's just like, that felt really weak to me. That was really random. Like we just have 30 seconds of him talking about cookies and then he comes back and visits her. And like, that was like his character development. And like, I felt like that was sort of teasing at like, he's kind of going through this identity crisis of like, now he looks like a giant rock with that thing of like, he's like looking in the mirror, like the glass of the TV. Like, I feel like he had this moment of like looking at his past self, but that was never explored. So the only thing that could be the benefit for me of those scenes is they're going to be like a Fantastic Four 2 and they're going to continue with this story. But I just found that super weak. I thought that was really like nothing there for it. Human Torch, that's his name. Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, that was all for his character. Flame Guy, super cool. Lots of stuff about him and his kind of dynamic and character and purpose and wants in life. And yeah, that was cool. But the other one, the rock guy, crazy. Then we get to Reed Richards and Susie Richards. Sue Richards. Reed and Sue. Okay. They were like okay. They were like fine for me. I think I did actually surprisingly quite like Pedro's performance of the character. I thought it was actually a really solid performance by him. Quite emotive. I found it there were two. Again, maybe is this just how he presents the comics though? Is this how he presents the comics where he's just like super serious? Is he meant to be super serious all the time? Hey Brady, how you doing? Mutants. The mutants pique my interest because I've seen a couple of those X-Men movies. Franklin Reed Richards is the most powerful mutant in the Marvel comics. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. That's cool. Okay, so he's super smart, right? He's a scientist. He's a genius. Is he meant to be that like serious? I don't know. I feel like there was no change in his facial expression like ever. And the other critique I have, kind of just overall just about these four characters, I felt like for a superhero movie about four characters that have freaky cool superpowers, they barely used them. Stretchy boy, Reed Richards, used it, I think, twice, maybe. One was to pull a lever, and the other one was like even in this. Okay. This is where my gripe lies with Fantastic Four. The final scene, Galactus is on Earth. He's like running around, and they're trying to like take him down. Old rock guy is like knocking down buildings, trying to throw things at him, like using his superpower. The whole time, the whole scene, that he's got like he's got the baby and he's like crushing everything and he's everything. The whole time Reed Richards is just like, oh my God, wow, oh. The whole time he's just doing that. Bro, you could stretch. Like what? Like slingshot yourself up there, or like climb a building to get to the height of the baby, or slingshot, use slingshot something in your arms to him. Or there's so like there was about 5 shots of Reed Richards just being like, you're a superhero. Use your superpowers. What? Anyway. I didn't like that. I was like, they are not using their superpowers. At least Sue, like, died with all her might using her superpower. That was actually cool. Like, at least she used it. And Flame Guy used it, like, every 2 seconds. Reed Richards did jack all with his superpower. Jack all, man. It's a good movie. That is a good movie. Yes! The only times I can think is, again, there was a time in the lever. I forget if it was in the like the lab or the ship. He used it to get a lever, and the other time, there was one other time, but he barely used it. And I was just like, what is this superhero movie if they don't use their superpowers? Sue was great in the film. Yeah, I thought she was really good. I thought she was very good. The whole baby thing was interesting. And I get why they called it First Steps now, because it's like that whole, like, they have a baby now, first steps of a baby, you know what I mean? I get it. And apart from that, the whole space sequence I quite enjoyed. I thought that was very epic. I thought it was very intense. Well done. Well, it looked cool. Galactus, very interesting. I'm sure he's been in like a billion comics and everywhere else, but I have never seen this guy. So I was like, that's a big boy. That's a big man. Wow. That's a villain if I've seen one. He was a cool villain. I think he looked cool. And I like the whole premise that, like, I enjoyed a villain that it wasn't just they're a villain for the sake of being a villain, that they just want to take over a world. I enjoyed that. There's too many villains that they're just like, oh, we're just angry. Which the villain? I just want to take Earth for no reason. There's too many of those. So I enjoyed that there was this sort of deep thing of he's like needs to like consume of this everlasting hunger and da da da, and then that was the purpose of his like I need Franklin. Like that whole concept of his villainhood was, I think, well thought out. So is that? I'm assuming that's obviously in comics and elsewhere that he's Galactus. He's like consume worlds or whatever to like live or something. I don't know. The rest of the Ben Grimm scenes with her. Oh, okay. The kind of Ben Grimm scenes with the teacher, Marvel fans complained that the movies were 2 and 2. Were 2 and 2.5 hours were too long. That's where it would be. Because I was like, why put this in here? Why put this in here if he's just like, I like cookies, and then an hour later he's like, okay, but see you at your church. That was it. That makes so much sense, Rossi. That actually helps. That makes sense. But they should have cut it out. I would watch a 2 hour and a half movie. Good lord. Appreciate all the Easter eggs. Yeah, super funny. It was only when I saw like a random post on Twitter that I saw at the start of the movie, the whole like there was some country or something that wasn't at like the Earth Summit or something. They weren't there. Apparently that's some Easter egg that I didn't know, because I remember people kind of having a little reaction to that, but I was just like, is that gonna be the villain? Like, who's not here? I don't care. I barely remembered it, to be honest. Yeah, he was sick. It was very cool. Very, very cool. You know what I mean? Like, Galactus just had, like, there was, just what I explained makes sense. It was like, I enjoyed that it wasn't just he was mad. It was, he's a consumer of worlds and he needs Franklin to take that over. Crazy. Someone told me Galactus is like Darth Nihilus of Marvel, and I was like, no, this is cool though. Yeah. Nihilus is a cool character. Charlotte Ball and Johnny Flying look cool in 3D. At least I hate 3D viewings too. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. What was the moment? The like 2 scenes that Reed Richards stretched was cool. The flying, I can't remember them flying specifically, oddly, but I remember that the whole rocket ship and space scenes were cool. They were cool because that felt very like going through, as they were like going to the weird planet where Galactus was, and as they were leaving the planet, like that was cool. I think that's like the only part I remember being cool. Hang on, let me message Sage. So funny. We're like an old married couple, me and Sage. So funny. Me and Sage are like on a layer and fucking Force Awakens. So funny. The country that was missing the whole movie was being the countries in Doctor Doom rules. Oh, there you go. There you go. See, that's cool for you guys, I guess. Latveria. You don't like Batman? Oh, no, actually, I've seen them. I keep lying about what I've seen. I've seen Batman. I saw all the Christian Bale Batmans. I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen any other Batmans. I've only seen Christian Bale as Batman. So I've seen those Batmans. I like those. It's just that I'm not bothered, essentially, to go out of my way to go watch all the, because there's like 50,000 animated shows of things. But I'll take the rec if you have it. I'll take the rec if you have it. What else happened in Fantastic Four? Yeah. Why was Natasha Lyonne in 2 scenes? Space. Wow, I'm very succinct. Space is very cool. Yeah, and the stretch thing. But I think the whole concept of the baby is cool. Like okay, this is where kind of comparatively now. this is where Fantastic Four for me did better, as the ending of a movie, I think, did better, where it led me on to think about the character's future. Going, okay, all the characters we're just chilling here. They have the baby. The baby has superpowers, and I mean, I don't quite. I know like Doom. Is it Doomsday? The movie called Doctor Doom. He's in that Avengers Doomsday in a couple of years' time or whatever. That I think is a better lead to be like, oh, that's an interesting next thing. Whereas the whole like Supergirl coming in didn't really interest me whatsoever. Still doesn't. I'm like, that's fine. I might not see the Supergirl thing. So I think, yeah, Fantastic did much better at leading you on to go, what's the next story of these characters? And like even, I don't know, did you get this? Maybe I don't know if this is an extra spoiler. Did everyone get this? Where it's like at the end of the movie, it was like the end scene, and it says, that Doctor Doom, the Fantastic Four will appear again in Avengers Doomsday. I thought that was really cool. And even I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I might see that again. Like, you know what I mean? So I enjoyed that. You reckon? I love the plot of this Superman though. But yeah, I'm open to it. It could be better. Yeah, there you go. True. Massive movie multiverse event for the universe against Doctor Doom. Secret. Okay, so hang on. Yeah, someone explain what's Doomsday? Is it Avengers Doomsday? Is it Doomsday and then Secret Wars? Is that how it goes? Is that how it goes? I don't. Yeah, those are the two movies that are coming out. The 1994 Fantastic Four film actors had a cameo appearance, which appreciated. That's so funny. I think I saw that one of them was at the premiere or something. Something like that. But yeah, again, it's gonna be interesting retrospectively going back and watching the other, not only the other Fantastic Four movies, but the other Superman movies. Very interesting. Okay, Doomsday is Doctor Doom versus Avengers. Secret Wars will be part 2 of Doomsday. Okay, so it's Doomsday and then Secret Wars, right? Gotcha. Hey, Star Wars guy, how you doing? We're talking not Star Wars right now. We're talking superheroes. Oh, DB, you're very funny. That's really funny. But yeah, these movies say. Put your final thoughts and like scores out of 10 for these movies. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, I think I'll sit on a solid 8 for, what did I say? 8.5 for Superman, 7, maybe a 7.5 because I felt like it was a bit like simpler of a story or something. There's something quite nice about Fantastic Four. It was just the whole like, why aren't they using their superpowers? That griped me beyond belief. It's like, why are they not using this? Why are they not using this, man? Crazy. DB. Oh, so funny. Retro Laddie saying, I think both movies are an 8 out of 10, both great movies in their own ways. And am I right in saying that these movies have a very different feel from the past few years of superhero movies? Let me know. I would say Superman is like a 7.5. Fantastic Four will be an 8. Interesting. Wow, that's random. What a random place to see that. I love that. 8.0 for Superman, 8.5 for Fantastic Four. Hannah, in real life, says Rossi, people with their higher IQs and higher IQs tend to make them less social and less empathetic. That's why Reed is written the way in comics as well. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. It was just more of a... I feel like he should have leaned into the superhero-iness a little more. It was a little more too Einstein or something. Like, he can be Einstein and a superhero, right? I don't know. But it makes sense, though. It makes sense. Both are solid 9s for me. Sad we are only getting physical release for Superman only. Really? I'm really into physical releases, actually. I've only just... Oh, they're out of shot, but hang on. Let me move your comment. You can actually see. Down there, I just got all 9... Actually, no, 9 plus the 2 anthology of Star Wars, all the Star Wars Blu-rays. Like, don't tell anyone. Don't tell Disney. But it's because I want to cancel my Disney Plus until, like, Ahsoka 2 comes out. I want to cancel that. So I'm getting all the physical media so I can just watch it when I want. I think that in a world that's constantly angry, Superman's heart and love paired with Fantastic Four, focus on family, really brought me a lot of joy. Superman, a 9, and Fantastic Four, an 8. Those are high scores for movies. I love it, Caleb. Love it. Superman was a great refresher, though, in a world where films became slowly stale. This was a breath of fresh air. Absolutely. It was very surface and just fun and action and light. Have a lot of Marvel Shield in chat. You know how they say. That's what I always say, Icarus. Have a lot of Marvel Shield in chat. You bet, buddy. You bet. And I don't tell anyone. Shh, DB. I'm trying to be invited to their premieres. Don't tell them. Because I want to cancel. Oh, anyway. Have I missed anyone's rankings? Both are solid 9s for me, so we're only getting... Oh, yeah, I read that one. I agree. James C. James Gunn. DC, great again. I can't wait for Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, and Justice League to team up in a movie soon. So are they really... So James Gunn's taking over of DC and co-leading it now. They're just kind of, boom, here are all these characters again. Is that what they're doing here? Crazy. I'm so sorry. I'm still laughing at this. Shield and chat, man. Shield and chat. That's what I would say. Interesting. I've got some catching up to do, clearly. But yeah, this has been a crazy discussion today, gang. We've covered a lot. We've covered both these movies. We've got angry. We've gotten emotional. It's been a beautiful time. Over the next sort of like 6 months, again, there's a lot of gaps in Star Wars news and media coming out, but that doesn't mean things are slowing down here on the channel. I have some cool new sort of reaction videos coming out in the next couple of weeks, as well as some other things kind of cooking under the surface, all yet to be revealed. And in between then, if there's any movies that I think are particularly interesting, we might do discussions as they come. But for then, I'll just keep making pod racer sounds until something interesting happens. But thank you so much for being here today and chatting all things superheroes. What's the next superhero movie I should watch? I think I want to get into I want to finish watching X-Men. I think that's my goal. I think I saw X-Men and I saw X-Men Days of Future Past, and I feel like I've got to fill in the gaps of everything. So maybe I should start back there. Reactions to those movies? Maybe. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, that's true. We just got to sit back for 2026. It's got to be cool. Thank you so much, my friend. That's a great question, actually. Apparently that was a great show. Yeah, it's good. It's a good. I would love to rewatch those movies, actually. I watched those when I was like 14 or something. So I should probably rewatch them now. Okay, there you go. Rip. What's the X-Men? What does TAS mean? X-Men 97. Got it. Okay, got it. You betcha. All right, gang. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Been part of the discussion. Much love for you. Like I said, make sure you're keeping out what's happening here on the channel. Upcoming. I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure, until then, that you're always choosing the RaeSide.